Hey, this is Alex from the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football Podcast. To see more videos like this from the Good Old Boys, hit subscribe and support this independent podcast.
Deshaun Watson finished QB 35, 99 completions, 170 attempts, 58.2% completion percentage, 1,102 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 36 rush attempts for 175 yards and 1 touchdown. Thoughts on Deshaun Watson?
I have no problem taking my chance on him, whether it's in single quarterback or super flex. Like I like his talent, right? I like his talent. I don't like the situation that he put himself in off the field, but on the field for fantasy football purposes, I like the talent. I like the fact that he has weapons around him that we've been talking about for the last 45 minutes, right? Like, he has weapons around him. He has a system that will let him continue to not only continue to develop, but get comfortable with the NFL game and the speed. I expect his completion percentage to jump up from 58.6 up to, probably about 62, 63%. I think his interceptions go down. He didn't throw a whole bunch of them before his time off, right? He wasn't a turnover-prone quarterback. I think the game will continue to slow down. We'll see some more efficiencies come out of Deshaun Watson. He'll use his legs when needed. He's not a running quarterback, but he can scramble and advance the chains. He is a gamer.
I have no issue, with him either, with what he does on the field, right? Because the weapons that he has, the offense that he plays in, and like, you look at his statistics, and yes, they were rough, but he was also away from the game for a year and a half. But he wasn't asked to throw the football a ton. There were certainly games he had 42 pass attempts against Cincinnati. They were chasing points a lot in that game. He had 31 pass attempts against New Orleans. Again, they were down. They lost that game. So you'd have to be confident that he's going to probably throw the ball. They're 50-50 or 50-50 last year, run pass. 65 plays is probably the average that you're going to get. So 32, 33 times a game, he's going to be throwing the football. He's an accurate quarterback.
He's still a guy that will probably get up there in that 80 rush attempts, 400 yards, and punch probably close to a handful in on the ground, right? Like all those kind of bonus points there. This last season, as far as accuracy, was the worst one that we've seen in his career, and that even includes his rookie year. Yeah, I think you're going to probably easily see a performance where, when it's all said and done, he probably is closer to QB 5 or 6 when the season's all said and done than he is at QB 10. So I think there's tremendous value off of where he's coming off the board there, and a guy that, especially if you're in like a super flex, you could take your shot on Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, and that round 1 on a super flex, and then you could couple that up and swing that back around with Watson. A couple of rounds later, it really cement that thing, and you move on and get the value when everybody else is playing with the quarterback runs at that point. Where he's coming off the board, I'm in on that draft capital.